We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the LA Chargers. On the Bills sideline is Sean McDermott. His guys have played well in their 2 playoff wins, but they've got a tall task here on Championship Sunday. Across from him, Charger head coach Jim Harbaugh. His guys earned the right to host this game, and now just 1 win away from solidifying their spot as the best team in the conference. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Still going inside the 20, and he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. 54 yards. And the Bills are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not, just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Now it's Herbert. And this one finds McConkey. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
Look, my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On first down, it's Hampton. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Herbert now. It's brought in by Harris. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Set. Green 80. Green out. Black 80. Black. Go.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Herbert. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Quentin Johnston, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To throw, it's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Coleman. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. This 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
I don't know about you, but I like this call.
3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Allen.
That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A run once more with Hampton.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 2.
Set. 380. Ready.
Back to throw here, Herbert. That is caught. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards.
What a first quarter he's been putting together. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he's in phase right out of the gate. Right now, he's playing with such confidence, he doesn't believe that they have an answer for him no matter what they do on defense. And here's another big play to prove his point.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Set. 380. Run. Set.
Here's Herbert.
That one completes to McConkey.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 16. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
380. Run. 380. Set.
Give here to Hampton.
10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 12.
Black 80, black. Go.
Here's Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Rondé Gadsden from 17 yards out. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in this AFC title game. Dicker now to tack on the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Slot man moves right. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
That's caught right side by Palmer.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
So the shotgun snap to Allen.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set. 380. Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Ready.
Justin Herbert looking to pass.
He's got a man downfield. It's Harris.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event, not getting to them early.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Set. Kappa, kappa, kappa.
On the give, this is Hampton.
And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Set. 380. Run. Set.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown!
From 3 yards out. And the Chargers are able to stretch out their lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
What's up? Round 80.
Allen going to throw. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer.
Second catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Allen.
This taken in by Kincaid.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And again, it's Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it.
That's again complete to Palmer.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Chargers' 29-yard line.
Allen now looks to throw.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Here's Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 14. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Motion man is Shakir.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
7 yards, the pickup there. 2nd down and 3. Ball on the 7. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To the air, Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Keon Coleman
From 6 yards away.
And the Bills have got it back to within a score. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to a field goal. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Able to slither by.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Again, it's Hampton. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Set.
Up the middle, it's Hampton.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Set. Go.
Now it's Herbert.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2 yards to go, second down. On the option right, Herbert. And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He gets out now. Loose football. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up. Herbert off of play action. That's complete to his running back, Hampton. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 20-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Set. 380. Turn out. 380. Turn out. What is it?
Herbert now.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Lad McConkey in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point try now from Dicker.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1.
So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far.
Now comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year, and they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to...
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Gregory Rousseau.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter.
They need 18 yards here on third down.
Set. Lion. Set.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On is the Chargers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Now a 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Allen. He's able to get it to Coleman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd and 6.
Now Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. Off play action. Allen. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's 2nd down. Now Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Palmer. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Allen taking it himself.
And he is going to have a Bills first down, maybe by about a yard, as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bills have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll give him 8 that time. 3rd and 7 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here's Herbert. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
On the handoff, it's Hampton. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throw over the middle, and it's caught by Johnston.
And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Herbert.
He'll dump this off to Hampton, complete.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Here's Herbert.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. That one good for 24 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Broken tackle. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
They'll work inside here, Hampton.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
Omarion Hampton taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter and continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time?
They were really good on the last drive. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that will bring up second down. Throwing now is Allen. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 43. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Again, they'll throw with Allen.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
One quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter.
Set. 380.
They'll toss right side to Hampton.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
They'll run here with Hampton. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 53 yards rushing now, as he's done it on 22 carries.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Set. 380. Ground. Set.
On the ground, this is Hampton.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Kappa, kappa, kappa. Go.
Zone read, a give to Hampton. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That is caught. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
Set. 380. Ground. Set.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now it's Hampton. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you...
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
T.J. Sanders able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bills getting set to go.
And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter, this possession gigantic.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Allen. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Here's Allen to throw it.
That's taken in by Palmer.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. One final try here from Allen.
Shakir hauls it in.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
Up the middle with Brooks here. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Buffalo.
Allen now looks to throw.
Open man, it's Palmer.
And he'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Allen hit. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they take possession of the football and have it at their 36-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And the pieces have fallen into place to this point. They've got a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. A berth to the Super Bowl resting on their ability to see this one through to the end.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
They'll start it out with a run by Hampton.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here now, 2nd and 4. First carry for Najee Harris.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bills are right back in this football game. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Off the play fake. Allen
finding Shakir across the formation.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Allen going to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
To the air, Allen.
Looking at the out route, he finds Shakir. Super Bowl aspirations on the line. A critical one here. It's 3rd down.
Allen. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
On 1st down, Linton. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. Here's Allen.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Now 1st and goal. Allen.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was all polished off with a Khalil Shakir touchdown catch.
So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have 1 timeout. You look at the clock. And let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
Chargers offense back onto the field.
And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either.
Set. Ready. Run. Set.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Set. Kappa, kappa, kappa. Ready.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
The Chargers, they are heading to the Super Bowl. Thanks to you all for watching, and good night.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.